Fully Ramblomatic Volume 2 Blu-ray containing every 2025 episode is now available in our store, and the Volume 1 Blu-ray is back in stock as well. On sale now. Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, where our first stream this fortnight featured 2 games bearing the connecting theme of that classic modern indie game trope, characters with teal-coloured hair. Starting with Wax Heads. More like teal heads, am I right?
I went to high school with a Pat Brannon.
Huh.
I don't think that's him, because that's a video game character, but yeah.
This bloke looks like Noel Edmonds.
I assume that person's British.
Yes, you're talking too much, game. Lead with your best foot. Just tell me what I'm doing. What is the game?
Yeah.
Wax Heads is and my goodness, this descriptor seems to have been coming up a lot in indie game blurbs lately, slice of life game, in which we are a new employee at an indie hipster record shop from some kind of bizarre parallel universe where instead of customers choosing what to buy, bringing it up to the counter and paying for it, the customer instead waits while you pick out what they're going to have and then ring it up and pay for it for them. Presumably also the same bizarre parallel universe where hipster record shops do really good business and can afford to have more than 2 employees.
Oh, who's that? Staring through the window.
God.
That's terrifying.
So I literally just pay for it myself and then give it to the customer. I feel like we missed a step here.
I feel like we're losing merchandise and we're losing money. That's not good.
You will enjoy this very much. I already paid for it and put it in a bag for you. We see how we have streamlined the consumer process. You may now leave. I'm the record Nazi. The point, the challenge that is that you're supposed to find which record would be most suited to the customer based on what they tell you, and very few of them can provide anything as helpful as a specific title. No, not Brick Dog.
I do like Brick Dog. Brick Dog's pretty fun.
Oh, this is a character. I've heard of those. And this is what we're reduced to, is it? First the adult colouring books, now this.
The sticker books. Rocking out with a fat donk.
Yes, that's basically the thought. And this small creature is a little startled by it. And the room is on fire. The penis represents society. It starts off pretty obvious with the Pop Idol superfan draped in Pop Idol merchandise who wants the new album from the Pop Idol, but as a puzzle mechanic starts to get a bit more crafty later on, requiring a bit of careful research into other albums and news articles.
But the thing is, wouldn't the Mimi superfan already own the Mimi album? So wouldn't they almost want something like Mimi adjacent?
Well, that would be my assumption. What can you recommend that's exactly like Mimi without being Mimi?
You?
Hey, you're in this manual. What? What do you want? Oh, it's you. It's you. Yes, I'm very engaged with these very exciting characters. Can I get back to the shitty workaday gameplay now? That said, it never got particularly difficult in the course of the stream, and something tells me this isn't the game for me if I'm expecting cryptic crossword puzzles by the end of it. The emphasis seems to be more on meeting and conversing with the characters and participating in their personal dramas. Fair enough. But the sticking point for me in that case is that everyone in this game is a massive hipster bellend. I'm probably not the demographic. So let's move on to Motorslice, a slightly more traditional concept, a third-person action parkour explore 'em up, in which we are a teal-haired anime girl with a big bum exploring a ruined future city in the desert. Just out of shot, they've got like the meth lab from Breaking Bad and this dead pixels suffering person.
Dead pixels. Maybe it's just very square moles.
Slide on bum. And swiftly I had assembled a whole raft of other games that this game reminded me of. The parkour is very Prince of Persia Sands of Time-esque. The vibes make me think of Recore and the first bit of Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's all got the drab recurring pastel colour scheme of a Metal Gear Solid 2 VR mission. And the main character's big bum made me think of Haste. Wall runs. Yes, I love those. You don't need the scratch marks on the wall. I can tell I'm supposed to wall run on that. Don't patronise me.
That would have triggered. Oh Jesus, that was a moment of extreme gore right at the end.
Well, 6 months of intensive care later, back in the game.
Back at it.
I didn't quite absorb what my teal-haired protagonist's personal objective was. It was something to do with rescuing orb robots, bashing up evil construction equipment, and following the linear sequence of platforming challenges to the end. Oh, there's a parry. Isn't there bloody always these days? You promised there'd be a prompt. It's going to be an orb G.
They're gonna mate, and they're gonna have Roy Orbison.
You made me fall off the bridge because I was incredulous at your dumb joke. This is one of those games that has trouble finding a vein, I'm sorry to say. The parkour works well, is fun even, but the environments all seem really unnecessarily big, with lots of dull traversal across empty straight paths, and when I played it the combat was so undernourished, it might as well not have been there at all. Just tokenly smashing up rogue JCBs with 1 or 2 hits that didn't feel remotely weighty or satisfying. And the first boss fight I got into didn't even involve combat, it was just another parkour sequence. Might have benefited from taking a Shadow of the Colossus approach, where the constant movement of the boss and their attempts to shake you off are an extra factor you have to worry about, while crawling all over their bum hair.
Whoa! We're motor slicing.
Can we motor slice up the wall? We sure can.
Oh my God. What a time to be alive.
Again, I feel like we could have shortened this a bit.
Yeah.
Man, the stakes are getting higher in this parkour game. Ah! I died of that. I don't know why that made me laugh. So the final word on Motorslice, bits of it worked, mostly kinda dull. Almost as dull as this transition. Our next game was Froggy Hates Snow. Man, I don't know what it is with indie games and frogs. We had that Robato game not too long ago, Big Hobbs Fro Gun. Does it say something about me that I keep getting drawn to them? That I secretly wish I had a tongue longer than my entire body? Why? Oh, am I vampire surviving it? Or not vampire surviving it? You're gross. I'm so gross.
It's a little lewd.
You think?
The hump maneuver the frog does when picking up gold, yeah.
Froggy is an isometric iterative survival game, somewhat along the lines of Dome Keeper, in which our froggy protagonist must venture out from their little safe spot and dig through deep snow to find hidden caches of nondescript resources, to carry back to the safe spot in order to use them to buy upgrades in order to facilitate the efficiency with which you can carry resources in future, gradually and inevitably increasing the workable play space available. The froggy bottom is an even worse crime than the soggy bottom in the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, a you say?
Rolls are essential in combat.
Yeah, there's the tank roll, mage roll, DPS roll,
The ham roll.
Whoop, the ham roll.
The Swiss roll.
The dice
That's
roll?
an important one.
The Swiss roll's very important in combat.
Then, also much like Dome Keeper, we switch to a combat phase where a bunch of enemies spawn in and we have to fight them all before we can go back to the resource hunting part. Hey, wait a minute, this is just Dome Keeper, with snow instead of ground. Well, sort of. The combat-y bits aren't based around tower defense but are full-on real-time melees, as Mr. Frog tries to forcibly French kiss a load of black badness demons with his tongue so they all die of embarrassment.
But those are just like weights.
It's a weight because it's a metaphor for the weight that evil carries upon our souls.
Anomalous zone.
I was scratching my leg. I didn't realise that was pain.
I mean, that sounds good, but the other option is dynamite.
Yes, but I worry that would be reckless.
But it's dynamite.
I'd say Froggy Hates Snow does the job as fairly mindless second-screen time-wasting material, but I think it's a little bit sad if that's all you aspire to make as an indie game developer. The problem is, I just don't find the game terribly interesting, and that's probably a context issue. Who is this frog? What are they trying to achieve? Why didn't they bring a warmer sweater to this empty snowfield? I'm freezing my little froggy balls off.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh.
Ow.
Ooh. Ooh.
More shit.
Oh, thank goodness. You were running real low on that.
The pickups are generic gems and the enemies are generic black smears of naughtiness, so no further clues there. Frankly, I'm mostly down on the game because there doesn't seem to be any reason why the main character is a frog, and I find that manipulative. And don't bring up how they use their tongue as a melee weapon, that could easily be replaced with a big stick. So let's move on to our last game, Everything is Crab, which Jesse Galena recommended. And if there's any animal that comes up almost as much as frogs in indie games, it might well be crabs. That said, you don't actually play as a crab, at least not at the outset, but as a little disembodied mouth with no arms or legs who can just about shoulder barge things and dodge. And thusly armed, your task is to take over the motherfucking world. Alright, I'm a motherfucking crab. I'm not a crab. I don't even know what the fuck I am, actually. I'm a carnivore, I've decided. I think I'm a beak man. Yum. In brief, it's the early stages of a game of Will Wright's Spore in roguelite form, with a top-down, vaguely Toe Jam and Earl-esque aesthetic, and I found it rather charming. It's Spore, but Spore if Spore didn't take itself so seriously. Oi! Sniper no swiping. Bitch. Ooh, I can be a duck-billed platypus with a shell. Does that image mean I'm wet or thirsty?
Wet.
There's something faintly amusing about the way you select various animalian body parts and features as upgrades with each level up and see them get added to your increasingly hideous body until you're an armor-plated echidna with tentacles and an anglerfish lure dangling off your head. I don't want no trouble, fellas. I'm basically just becoming an echidna.
Do echidnas have beaks? They definitely don't have leech mouths.
well-
Echidnas have cloacas.
I'm glad we all learned something today. Legs, at last! I'm impressed by the sheer potential for the builds you could hypothetically create and the range of gameplay styles one could indulge. You can be a massive elephantine powerhouse that overpowers everything by sheer mass, a relentless pursuit predator, a skittish herbivore that runs out from its hole to nibble acorns for sustenance, or you can put all your points into charisma and recruit an army of lackeys to do all the fighting and flighting on your behalf. Look at this motherfucker thinks he's big dog just because he's got wings.
Magma 2050 says, fun fact about platypus and echidnas: as the only mammals, they both lay eggs and produce milk. They are the only animals that can make their own custard.
Nice. Come back here, you pointless little thing. It's not pissing about like a cloaca would. Criticisms: there didn't seem to be much incentive to explore the world beyond the starting grassy bit, especially since biomes like snow and desert add temperature-based debuffs, but I might want to go a little deeper into this one. How else can we find out the results of crossbreeding a giraffe with a giant sea turtle without having to go to prison? You are pathetic. Okay. I feel judged all of a sudden. Ooh, chunky. I'm a furry slug. Anakin, I have the high ground. Apex predator. Don't
Remnant.
start what you can't
wait.
finish.
Get that boss fruit first.
You either die a shrew, or you live long enough to see yourself become the tarantula.
I'm curious. Have you ever had any of these like probiotic fibery sodas? Or I like the root beer and the cream soda ones. I have a grape one. Did you ever have Dimetap as a kid? Well, it's a medicine. So
No, I don't think we had Dimetap in England.
okay. It was. I don't know what it was for. I just know that it tasted good when I was a child. I just wanted to eat it all the time. That's what this reminds me of.
Oh, Froggy died. You know, I remember the first time I drank root beer, I remember thinking this tasted like something the dentist would give you, which is ironic
That's
because
fair.
it's absolutely not what a dentist would give you, for it is very sugary.
Hunter Cranston, thank you for the dono. Weird Games title week with Saros, Aphelion, and Invincible VS.
Well, Invincible VS makes perfect sense. It's a one-on-one fighter based in the Invincible universe.
Well, the VS is capitalized.
So?
Is that weird?
No.
Like, no one ever shortens verses to capital V, capital S, do they?
Yes, they do.